Welcome, everyone, to another edition of the Freedom to Formulate podcast. I'm your host, Dave Barbash, with personalized nutrients and compounded nutrients and the Freedom to Formulate podcast. My special guest today, I'm so excited. Chris Junge is the founder of Solprana. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. Thank you for coming on today. Super excited to introduce you. You're the founder of Solprana, a US-based nutrition science company. You're focused on cardiovascular and metabolic resilience. Now, Solprana develops clean label supplements designed to support individuals undergoing conventional medical treatment by addressing nutrient gaps that may arise from chronic stress as well as long-term therapy. Now, your flagship product, Happy Heart, is a comprehensive daily formula created to complement cardiovascular care by supporting mitochondrial function, antioxidant balance, and mineral restoration. Now, Christian, you work at the intersection of nutritional biochemistry, stress physiology, and lifestyle medicine, building supplements intended to integrate alongside, not replace, and stressing not replace, standard medical care. So welcome, Chris. Good to see you. We've got a lot to talk about. I think one of the start points is to look at heart health beyond cholesterol, because a lot of the times in conventional medicine, there's so much focus on, just total cholesterol, total cholesterol, total cholesterol, total cholesterol. But also recognizing that, I know there are markers out there, LPA, ApoB, other factors, particle size, many different factors that we can get into, but we also ignore the fact that you need cholesterol, the brain's largely cholesterol, the cell membranes we need for formation of hormones and many different things. So when we get into the discussions today, we'll talk about heart health beyond cholesterol, but also look at clean label supplements, the importance of being driven by data and actual science, and validation,
Yes.
So I'd like you to maybe talk about the role of nutrient restoration and why you founded Solprana, and a little bit about your own journey as well.
It goes back to my schooling at Texas A&M, to be honest with you. It was in the early 90s, and one of my nutrition professor was talking about all these studies that are coming out, which are new to us, right? Because in all honesty, in the 90s, nutrition was actually a new field. There were some ideas that had been thrown around, but no one actually did blood tests and checked anything. All of a sudden there was money for studies, and they did that. And this one little girl in class raised her hand and said, "Doctor, what is it that we do with these studies?" And he, almost tongue in cheek, but not, said, "Well, you make multivitamins to it." We live in a very fast-paced world. We have a lot going on. We do not always have time to grow our own food, right? To ensure that it has the nutrients it needs, right? Or even test it. I mean, and then much less to make every meal you have. 3 meals a day, that takes some time, right? So we do take shortcuts, right? And so those shortcuts are the shortcuts that lead us to the doctor with all these questions, quite honestly. And improving your nutrition, right, improves your entire outlook. So, if you're hungry and suffering, you are suffering. You're not feeling good. You never will until you fix that hunger part. And then you feel great. It's instant.
Yeah, and I think also going back to what you said about like 3 meals a day and on the go, even if you are eating 3 meals a day, the nutrition of 2025 or 2026 now, from the soil, the nutrients from the soil are different than our grandparents' soil. So they're saying even if you go back, even as recently as maybe 55, 60 years ago, you're getting 60 to 70% less of some of the core nutrients, especially minerals in the soil, the selenium depletion and the vitamin C content in some of the fruits, and certain mineral content from the foods that we're getting just through in the last 100 years with the Rockefellers and the movement to sort of chemical-based fertilizers. We've seen a decrease in the natural nutrient levels of the same fruits and vegetables that our ancestors were eating many years ago, and even just as recently as maybe even our parents, or grandparents did.
We know so much more now about soil, of crop rotation, what crops to rotate to ensure that each crop has the proper nutrient in the soil to produce the best product. I mean, the science behind farming now is so advanced and it's phenomenal. Problem with science farming is much like science with nutrition is
Yep.
we don't follow it. We still adhere to wives' tales and old ideas about how things maybe work, the hocus pocus, right? And I get the hocus pocus. I like the hocus pocus a lot, but um, I also get the reality and I understand as a scientist, the hocus pocus is based on reality. And it's the reality that is the hocus pocus. It's the reality that makes you go, wow, and ooh, and ah, and that is it. So,
I mean, I think you mentioned something that's really important. It's science is something that we should look to, but science is always evolving as well. Science, if we don't sometimes question the science as well, and part of science is asking questions and seeing an evolution of the science. And I think nowadays, I do like the fact that we do have, obviously, where I'm living in North Carolina, you've got NC State, very big into agricultural science. It's one of the biggest ones in the southeast, if not US. But I do like the idea of some small to medium sized operations going back to that regenerative farming practices. And yes, it's expensive. And yes, the likelihood of some of the smaller farms sustaining long term seems to be a bit of a challenge as opposed to the chemically intensive, consistent big ag. But I do like to support my wife and I to support the local farmer that is doing crop rotation, that is not as chemically intensive and really trying to increase the microbes and increase the natural crop cover. And now you start to see the return of the earthworms, and now you start to see a
mhm.
change in the soil and more fertile. But there's a process to go through. So maybe you have low yields initially as you're starting to change, and then maybe you get a lower yield than some of the more chemically intensive farms. But let's get into the role of heart health beyond cholesterol. Maybe do a deeper dive and go back to why you continue the conversation about why you're talking about the girl in the class, how it led this journey to starting Solprana.
So I'd say it's really mostly all about magnesium, right? Now, when we talk all about cholesterol, we know about cholesterol and know about our cholesterol levels, right? We do not know what cholesterol does. We believe cholesterol clogs our veins and our arteries and kills us, right? Which it can't do. It is
Yep.
so small, it can't clog anything. I mean, it can't even clog up a cell membrane, right? It actually opens up the cell membrane, and cell membranes well, they're microscopic, right? So how small is the cholesterol now, right? Um, but magnesium is used in nearly every essential reaction in your body. If you don't have enough magnesium, what happens to those reactions? If those reactions aren't happening, what's happening to you? How do you start to feel? What happens when you can't make the essential items you need?
Yeah, there's over 300 different biochemical processes magnesium is
Mhm.
related to. And I think if you understand that, and Tesla understood that, it's almost like if we're not providing the right information to the cell, if we cut off that information, we clog up that information highway and put roadblocks in there, we need to reestablish that communication highway. And magnesium is that, to me, it's that transport system.
Mhm.
It's that energy box. It's that multifunctional conductor. Yeah.
It is. This is the background of what we do at Solprana is magnesium. It is is honestly, it's our key ingredient. It's what
That's
links
great.
everything.
It's great. And so it affects so many different things. I lost my dad to diabetes, and they say the diabetics really have such a huge magnesium depletion. And, it's been 35 years, and I was 1 year into the industry when I lost him. And I wish he'd made the changes sooner. But now it's great where the people that are willing to reach out and accept help and take responsibility for their health, or maybe they're looking for information, validation, the science-backed supplements and science-backed information. I think Solprana, what you're doing, is something that is inspiring, but also you've got that comfort of knowing that this is coming from a research-backed perspective and
Mhm.
the science behind the mission and the products.
We live in a I taught high school. I taught high school biology and chemistry. period of my life. And the most shocking comment I received from my students was, we learned this stuff in class, right? And you always tell us to go out into the real world and apply it. And we do. And then we go to the doctor and it stops. It's like it ceases.
Yes.
I was like, 'cause that's been sort of like my experience too. Right? It changes, and how we behave changes as well, or we're expected to. And we're all involved in this together. We have to make decisions about our bodies together and what our bodies do. And that's our decision to start with. And what we put in it is incredibly important with how we wind up feeling. And
Healthy input, healthy output,
healthy input, healthy output. And it's not about cholesterol, it's about sugar.
That's good. So talk a little bit more about, from your perspective, heart health beyond cholesterol, and what are the most important things you want people to viewing the podcast today. What is the genesis behind Happy Hearts, and where are you driving that focus from, and where's your inspiration from? You mentioned magnesium, of course.
Well, I guess I've lost people that have been close to me. I mean, dear friends, and my father is one. All
Sorry for your loss.
TV related. When you dig in and ask the questions of the medical professionals, why none of this makes sense, because no one was really on the list of, hey, we're watching you for a heart attack. None of them were on they weren't obese. They were all fit. They all exercised. I mean, they were healthy, 40s, 50s people, right? And then just dead. Like, well, why? And so, and I had some tests done to myself, and they found some issues in a couple arteries on my heart. And I was like, why? What's going on? Because after those things came out, I did cut out 2 elements that I didn't like barbecue. I still do, but I don't eat it. So I cut out all land animals basically. I eat some fish, but not much. And I did cut out the drinking. I stopped drinking, basically for my heart. And drinking is drinking destroys your magnesium levels. It makes life
Yeah,
really hard.
alcoholics like diabetics, complete magnesium
It
depletion.
also loads you up with sugar because you mix it with sugar. There is no way around it. Sugar is the primary delivery, and sugar's almost as bad.
Yeah, and you hear that with a lot of the practitioners that we deal with when it comes to cancer. It's like cancer cells, they thrive on that fuel source. So sugar is definitely something we need to be conscious of. Yeah. What
Yes, we
would
do.
you say in terms of patients on long-term therapies through nutritional science? Maybe explain how you've used nutritional science to put together the formula itself in terms of Happy Heart and the focus of
So
Happy. Yeah.
we looked at the research that has already been done, and these researchers came together and they did studies on I don't have it in front of me, but lots of different people, and they looked at mostly their vitamin levels and their mineral levels, which are all necessary for bodily reactions, you could say.
Redox signaling and everything else.
And they also looked at your oxidative stress levels, right? Fundamentally, when we take this little pill that they make for us, right? It is made for us, right? It is not made in us. So we are introducing something different to the system. As that continues to be ingested, it's going to affect your system, right? When it affects your system, everything that goes in your mouth is nutritional, if you think of it that way, right? So it then will affect your nutritional system, right? So at Solprana, we look at how using that pharmaceutical competes with your standard nutritional requirement. And our products are built to supplement that nutritional offset.
Great. That's great. And I think looking at what you've got in the Happy Heart products, you've done a very observational approach, looking at the nutritional science, seeing where the gaps are, especially with the nutritional deficiencies,
Mhm.
the things that are depleted by things depleted by alcohol, things depleted by sugar, excess sugar intake, and so forth. So very, very comprehensive. What else would you want to stress? Why the importance of, in today's world, when it comes to supplements? Because there's a wide gamut. People can just log on to Amazon, and they can go onto TikTok, and they can just buy from any type of website anywhere in the world. Why the importance of clean label and clean sourcing, and what's driven you for
It's
these
just like the food you eat.
formulations? Yeah,
It's the same thing, right? I mean, are you going to go to a farm that's right next to the chemical plant, right? Next to the oil factory, next to the nuclear facility? Are you going to be do you want to get your tomatoes from, the farm next to Cape Canaveral? I mean, those are the real realities, right? And the answer is
true,
no, we do not want that.
true.
There's too many toxins introduced, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You could have an organic farm, but it's not organic anymore if it's underneath Cape Canaveral and you're getting all that dirty rocket fuel and all the garbage that's coming down. One of the things that we're proud of here, I know at Personalized Nutrients and Freedom to Formulate, is that we are third-party testing all raw materials on
Mhm.
the front end and finished goods, and we're obsessive about, with the NSF certification, we're 2% in the entire US NSF A plus rated certified nutraceutical manufacturers. So always happy to partner with you, Chris. But tell people a little bit more about Happy Hearts and also your mission as well. What do you want to share with the audience?
Happy Heart, Happy Heart's there there currently really isn't a multivitamin that truly helps you. Happy Heart, there's daily Happy Heart core, um, which is loaded in your magnesiums and your vitamin E's. And I don't have a list in front of me, it's too much. There are close to 15 or more ingredients in Happy Heart core, all at levels you'd never heard of, right? So when you look at it and you look at the daily recommended level for magnesium, it'll be, I think, 1,000%. But those recommended levels, they're not based on you. No one ever tested you to find out what you need, right? So they're high to help get you what you need because I mean, you can't have too much.
Yeah, and I think you know, the great thing with your system is you have the core formula, which has the magnesium, it's got the vitamin D, it's got the L5 methylfolate, the B12, the B6, the P5P, and you're using these preferred forms like coenzymated
Mhm.
B6, P5P, methylated.
It's all about absorption.
You've got the R5P again coenzymated, the selenomethionine, the calcium pantothenate. But what I like is, and also you're using buffered chelated magnesium bisglycinate and significant amounts. And we're not talking just drop in the bucket type of dosing. So it's easy to take in a 2-a-day formula, your core formula. It really is a powerful base. And then you've also got the advanced and the plus, also that potential offerings, in the future for those. So
The
where
advanced
people might
plus
need,
are
yeah,
more geared
people might
towards
need the extra, having the CoQ10 in there if they're
right.
potentially on, say, a statin or maybe a red yeast rice, they can not have to worry about depleting CoQ10 levels because you'll have the additional support from the CoQ10.
Advanced and plus are geared towards the statin therapy group.
Exactly right.
Their statins do affect your mitochondrial development. They have been known to cause some brain fog, some muscle cramping. Some people have problems developing and maintaining muscle mass as well. Advanced and plus are there to help reverse those effects, to help your therapy and treatment be more effective for you.
I think what you've done in both of those, you've offering those two, the advanced and then the Happy Heart Plus. And the Happy Heart Plus then takes it a step further with additional mitochondrial support, not just the CoQ10, but also you've got the NAC in there as well, and at
Right.
significant amounts, so it's 600 on the net. So it's a super powerful formula with additional minerals in there as well and some of the same core base. Think super well thought out, research backed ingredients driven by science. What are some of the last sort of last messages you want to sort of pass on to at least today to the audience out there of and a little bit more about Solprana's, just reaffirm Solprana's mission.
Nutrition is really fun when you get down to it.
It is.
It is so incredibly cool. It also is the gateway of communication from our inside to our outside.
I like.
It's how our body tells us what's going on. You can get ridges on your fingernails. You can get your
Yeah.
cuticles can pull back, right?
Yeah.
You can get spots on your face. You
Yeah.
can get, your can do different things, right? Your muscles can do different things, all to tell you if you're happy or you're sad, right? It's all telling you something. By and large, we don't know what it means, right? Some of us do because we've done the research, right?
Yeah.
And it's really one of the other big reasons of Solprana is to help us is provide the evidence for us to learn. Hey, when my cuticles are pulling back, that's meaning I'm probably dehydrated. I probably should work more on some hydration, right? When I'm getting
Yeah.
ridges on my fingers, my B vitamins are probably low. The fingernails, I probably should, think about taking some B vitamins or finding some foods, some leafy greens and whatnot that are high in the B vitamins and start eating some more salads, right? Because my body wants it, right? And I'm sure that when I eat that salad, my body's going to be happy because it wants it.
And your body will give you, it will give you the signals. Like, as you said, like, okay, magnesium, if I'm depleted, oh, wait, I've got a bit of muscle cramp. I'm getting, like you mentioned about minerals content and the ridges, or maybe you're getting the twitching,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
here.
Uh-huh.
And it does give signs when, for me, who I'm 60 now, it's like when I'm eating super clean, I'll get that skin tone glow, won't have the breakouts. My skin will be glowing. My energy will be really great. My skin will be super moist and hydrated. And then when I'm dehydrated, I'll start, I'm getting cracks. I'm, like
Uh-huh.
I'm getting chapped and I feel like thirsty and
Uh-huh.
I'm already past the point. So really, thank you for sharing your wisdom today. I'm super excited, with the launch soon of the Sopranos, the happy heart and the focus on getting people to really think about using supplements that are evidence-based and demanding more from supplements. And clean label supplements should be your focus. It's worth the investment. Your health is worth more than anything on earth.
It is.
And it's not just the physical inputs, it's also about the emotional inputs as well. So making sure we focus on spiritual health, our interpersonal relationships, our relationships with our loved ones, our friends, and also relationships with people that we don't know. And hey, be kind to your strangers, when you're out there in the world as well. Any final message, Chris, that you want to sort of?
We are very excited about getting our products out there and helping people. We really want to help people stay here and help good people stay here being good people because we need good people.
Do need good
Um,
people,
I think
yeah. And I think you and I share one thing is that we've both lost fathers that meant
too
a
early. Yeah.
a tremendous amount to us. And I know that what inspires me every day when I come to work is my dad's been gone 35 years, and my biological father, I was adopted, he's been gone now, gosh, 10 years almost. So don't take things for granted. Every day, say I love you to your parents if they're still alive. If they're not, make sure that to your spouse or your partner, make sure that you say I love
Say
you
it to
every day.
everybody.
Because,
Don't be scared.
don't be
You can love
scared.
everyone. It's okay. You
It's
can love.
okay. It's okay to show emotions as guys. I was blessed to have a father that said, I love you every day, and I was
Beautiful.
blessed with that. So not everybody's
I had the same.
blessed in that regard. We appreciate you, Chris, and we hope to have you on again. Take care.
Oh
Have a
yeah.
good one, guys. Take care.